What's going on YouTube? This is Fish Street Phil. Bringing you an update on my Cobalt Aquatics C-Vue 40. Quite a bit has changed since my last video. I apologize for that, for not keeping you guys more updated. But, you know, life has changes, has plans for you, even though they may go against what you have planned. But yeah, I've been quite busy getting the basement remodeled, just doing a lot of things, living life. You know how it goes sometimes. But yeah, last time you saw it, the rocks are bone white. I had the little placement light on there. I got my primes back on here, and you can see fish stock has changed a little bit. I still have my Coral Beauty and my Royal Drama. What are you guys hiding? Loves that area. That's its area right there. As you can see, I have my male Naris wrasse. That right there is a filamented flasher wrasse. And as you saw, Tank Police, I have a little Tomini Tang in here running around. Damn skippy I did. Catch me if you can. I added my red planet in here, and this is, I think it's like a Valita, or I see Barf Bonsai. I've seen this coral with so many different names. I can't tell what is what. But you guys, gives you a different view of it. I'm sure you guys know the name of it. If you don't, it's a more common acropora. Seems to be of the easier type to grow. My hammer, which is actually, this is growing like crazy. This is this actually is my oldest coral that I have. It actually was in the grow out tank when I picked it up. I haphazardly picked it up, and actually a good chunk of it broke off, and I actually have it in my other tank. These 8 cans are in here for a while. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep them there. We'll see. I'm not really feeling them. The color of so much orange, so close together, it almost looks a little too redundant for me. And this is I never knew the name of this. Actually, I think it was like something steel blue I got from a local LFS thing. But I mean, the colors have varied from depending on the location of the tank, of it in the tank, and with the lights intensity, because that piece is actually the same as the one up there, and this one was a lot lighter color. It was suffering because I had my lights off in another tank for a little while, for a few days, and it did not do well with the lights off. As in the back is one of my digitatas. I think it's a piece of my original rainbow digitata that I had. Renmati, and this is a purple Horita. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correct. The one up front there, the purple and blue polyps extensions. I loved it. I saw this on Unique Corals. They had sold out, and then when they had another piece, I had to grab it. I love this because it reminds me of Sully from Monsters Inc. So therefore, not really into naming corals, but you know, it's really this one I'm gonna name Sully, and ironically, right behind it is Mike Wazowski, always playing in the background. Now this coral was a different color, and I actually had it up there and I just put it back down there like maybe 3 or 4 days ago, but it was up here. This was over here, and it colored up to like a really greenish color right there, and some dark colored polyps. It's not really getting some polyp extension at this point in time. It's barely coming out, so I'm not sure what color they are yet, but I'm sure hopefully over time it'll acclimate to that position and it'll roll well. If not, I'll move it. The only thing that's really stuck in place right now is that red Monty cap. So I want that to kind of grow out towards the front of the tank. My Clementines, if you guys are familiar with my other video, they've kind of been on this little ceramic rock. I'm trying to get it to cover the entire ceramic dome. Doing a pretty good job. No bubbleable algae in this tank for it to fight off. Knock on wood, not yet. These are my blue hornet zoanthids. I love those. Have those in my other tank as well. Just love those. I think one of my favorite zoanthids. And this is my orange Horita. This is actually a piece, or I guess from my original frag that I had on this same side in my original setup in this tank. Had it while in the grow out tank, it grew out some more heads, and I think these are 2 here, and I think I'm gonna have 3 or 4 in others in my grow out tank. I'm not sure. These are actually rather larger than I kind of want in here, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave those. They were up here, and the rock is, like I said, nothing's really glued down yet. It fell off. I'm kind of leaving them in place as they are right now, because I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna put it back in place over there. So far the tank is looking pretty good. We got some brown diatoms. Actually, it seems to be getting better. I've done a few water changes since my last video. I've been trying to get them in at least once a week, but now I think I'm starting to go a little bit longer before I do a water change. This piece right here was there. As you can see, like the back side of it wasn't getting a lot of light. It was shaded, so it was like browning out on that side. So I decided to move it here, and I want to see what kind of colors it gets versus this piece, which is up higher. When this was in the grow tank, it had some really beautiful colors, like but I'm trying to mimic the level at it where it was, because if I can get that, I will leave it just where it is. So I'm hoping that where it is, somewhere on that rock plateau, it'll get those same rays, those same colors while it's there. If that's the case, I always leave it there. I might actually move it back further because it's so tall. And that, eventually I think I'm going to move to this side, but we'll see. In terms of equipment, I'm just running, let me turn the light on for the flash real quick. I'm still running the Aquamax 1.5 protein skimmer. I have my UV sterilizer in the back here. It's like one of the, I think it's called the Green Machine sterilizer. You can catch, I got it from like PetSmart or something like that. Or you'll find it in one of those big box stores, or even online or whatever. I used to run that in my freshwater tanks, but ever since obviously I repurposed it for this tank. It's rated for up to 30 gallons. Obviously this is larger, but I'm still using it anyway. As you can see, and here I still have my filter socks filled with filter floss, and I've been trying these out just to see what how well they do. These are I want to say 100 micron sheets of sheets. I cut to size, kind of stick them back in here, and while there was a time where I had more diatoms, so this was actually darker and brown. So I had to, since my last water change, I changed them out, and as you can see, it's been I want to say maybe a week and a half since my last water change. So I'm thinking that the diatoms are dying out, although I can still see some at the top of the tank, at the top of the rocks there, right behind that coral. You can look, got oxygen bubbles so I'm not going crazy about. I'm not worrying much about them. Oh, and here, this one looks even a little bit dirtier, as you can see. But I'm going to pull these out in the next few days or not. If you're familiar with my setup before, I was running a very similar light to this. For my refugium back here, I have Chaeto. Basically, I have large bags of media in here for bio. I have one right underneath at the bottom of this chamber right here, and on top of it, I have just Chaeto running back there. And I got them on a timer. I got this light from Amazon running on a timer opposite from my main lights. So the lights go off at 12, and they start to ramp up time at 12 noon. This light goes from 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. And I don't know, we'll see how it happens. I'm thinking I had some old lights that I use on my Fluval that did a great job. They did a bang up job in terms of growing Chaeto, like some cheap LED lights. I might see if I can get something very similar to that and actually tape them to the back of this, cut this out and tape it to the back of this. I don't know, we'll see. I'm still testing this out and seeing how it goes. And I have some Chemi-Pure Blue underneath, and I want to say Puritan and Fosguard. These bags of them. I don't think I'm gonna run any media reactors on here for now. I just want to I just want to run it as quote-unquote basic as I can for now. I will eventually be adding an auto doser. I was actually thinking about doing a. I know Aquatics has a hang-on back calcium reactor. I was thinking about it. Then I started doing the pricing on it. I was like, okay, the calcium reactor, and I just did it. Just for this tank, I'm like, I mean, like my corals, I don't really have a huge coral load that would. I don't see it benefiting from me spending the money on a calcium reactor. I might be wrong, but for what I have in here, I'm like, I don't really have any really high-end pieces that I want to throw that type of money on a tank yet right now. So to kind of keep things down, I'm just gonna not do that. I'm gonna get another Jabo Jabo auto doser and set that up on here, and use that. Probably, I don't know, probably the next couple months, we'll see. I just want to just kind of see how things go with the tank the way they are now. Yeah, I'm actually really liking Escape, really liking the fish. That Tomini Tang is a beast on the algae. I did started having a little bit algae come up, and added it, I don't know if it's him or her, I always refer to it, boy or girl, whatever. Added it, and it's been actually doing its job. Same with my I've had this angel for a while now. I want to say outside of my clownfish, it's one of the oldest fish I have. But clownfish is like, that's the OG. I've had that one for. That was actually the first fish I got as soon as I started getting into salt water. So I have to say, when I first put the Tomini Tang in, it was a battle royale in here. Like, the angelfish went right after it, and they were fighting so much so I had to actually let me show you what I did with. I had to put the angelfish into this. I don't know if you can look. Okay, so this is a Specimen Cup that I drilled a whole bunch of holes in, and I basically hang it upside, inside the tank as a acclimation. I use it as an acclimation chamber, or whatever you want to call it, holder. And I had it I had the angelfish in there for about 3 days, and then I decided, okay, the Tang was comfortable doing his thing, swimming around, and then I had to release the Kraken, and for 20 gut wrenching minutes, I had to watch both of them go at it. But this time, the Tang was holding its own. It was more comfortable. It was like, hell nah, bitch, this is back up off me. And they went back. It was back and forth for 20 minutes. Chasing one would chase the other one, and then the other one chased the other one back around, and then just as fast as it started, it literally just stopped, and the tank has been chill, so much so that the the wrasse, the filamentous flash wrasse, used to hide a lot, because I think the angelfish was kind of really just picking on it. But ever since I added the Tomini Tang and they had their battle, he's come out, he's chilling now. As you can see, he's comfortable. Everybody's chill. They think I'm about to feed him again, but no, that's not happening. Yeah, I was feeding heavily for a while, and I started having some algae issues, and I kind of dialed it back. Although this tank eats differently from my other tank in the sense that these guys, I put food in it and they chow down. And this, if you have a Malinaris wrasse, and if you've ever had one, it is a pig for food. Like, you can't, like, I've seen this thing have a full gut, and I add a little bit more just to see what happens, and he still goes berserk. He goes after food like he's starving all the time. But yeah, I keep these guys fat and happy, healthy. Um, I was kind of scared in terms of adding the Tang in regards to ick and stuff like that. I did see a spot a couple weeks ago on his fin. I did nothing except for what I normally do, and that is I put garlic in all my foods that I feed, and they've been healthy. I feed twice a day. Everybody's eating. Everybody's getting food. So I'm really excited about this tank. I'm looking to add just different colors. Now I'm being very picky in terms of what I want to add. There's certain colors I want to add to this tank. I want to add. I'm looking for more aquapores. So something very blue, like a very like Cookie Monster-ish blue, or something like a Oregon Twart blue, something like that, and something yellow, to kind of just add different colors to the tank. So we'll see what happens. Some of the placement might change. Like, I just kind of stuck them in there because they're still on frags right now. Once they look like they're settling in, then I'll glue things down, take them off the frags, and kind of glue them in place. I really like that is purple Horita. If I'm saying it again, if I'm saying it properly, it's absolutely gorgeous. Big up to Unique Corals. This is my first time I actually did an order online, and it came quickly, promptly, and it was packed wonderfully. They will be getting more business from me. I can say that for sure. So yeah, I'm loving this tank. If anybody else has this tank, let me know what your experiences are. Let me know what you're running. If it's anything different from myself, if you have any questions, hit me up. Like I said, this is my personal journey on this. I've been only doing this for a few years, absolutely loving it, and learning a whole lot. I feel like I'm learning something new every day. And yeah, let's become better reefers. Follow me on my journey. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I have more stuff to do. In terms of like more content I want to do, and more things I want to talk about in this tank. My plans going forward, I have my innovative marine tank going. I have actually a grow tank. I got to do a video on that for you guys. Kind of show you what's going on there. Yeah, yeah. Do your research, try things out, see what happens. This is Street Chick Phil. Loving this tank. I am loving this tank. Later, y'all.